The holidays are here. Welcome back to my channel, friends. I am so happy to see you. I'm so glad that you are here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. We are full swing into Christmas now, and I am very excited to share with y'all everything that I have been doing this past week. I have decorated my entire grand room area. This is our room in the house that it's a very open concept room, so it has like a small seating area, our kitchen, dining, and entry. So that is what I have been up to this past week. I have been decorating. I'm excited to share with y'all. So without further ado, let's go see what I've been up to. The first area that I'm excited to share with y'all is our kitchen area. This room is definitely the heart of our home. It's where we spend a lot of our time. We enjoy cooking. Michael and I enjoy cooking together. We enjoy just making, fun dishes together and experimenting and playing kind of in the kitchen with all kinds of different things. So this room, when I set about decorating, I wanted to make sure that I didn't, take away all of our daily essentials that we use, on a regular basis for our cooking needs. So I tried to just keep things a little bit simple by just tackling one certain area. And so I decided to make that area my shelving where we house all of our dishes. So I cleaned the entire thing off, took all of the dishes off of all the shelves, washed everything really well, made sure it was super clean, and then I just started one by one adding back in a few elements. I definitely knew that I wanted to display our Christmas dishes and have them out. We enjoy our Christmas dishes this time of year. They're some of my favorite decorations for Christmas, or not decorations, but decor that's useful. So I definitely wanted to make sure that those were displayed. So the process that I went about doing was just by adding in a few pieces here and there. Things got kind of moved, things got shuffled until I had everything exactly the way I wanted it, and to where it just felt good to me and it felt cohesive and intentional and just put together, but yet clean and simple and still very functional at the same time. In addition to the shelving that houses all of our dishes or holds all of our dishes, I wanted to add just a few extra splashes of Christmas throughout the kitchen area. So I chose to do that with just some simple things like our dishcloths and washcloths and hand towels and pot holders. Those are some really fun ways to add Christmas elements to your kitchen without going overboard, and just making, and still keeping things functional and just having those small splashes of color and Christmas feeling in the kitchen. I also feel like no kitchen is complete without a hot cocoa bar, or no Christmas kitchen is complete without a hot cocoa bar. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we had one of those, and it was a little tricky for me this year because I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted my hot cocoa bar to be, but at the end I decided to place it on that cute little round table that I always keep at the end of our island. So the hot cocoa bar I set up just by adding a few fun elements. We added in some coffee mugs, and of course, we have to have our hot cocoa. And then I thought it would be fun to add in a few things like peppermint and marshmallows, just all those fun things that we like to add to the hot cocoa, and some sprinkles. So I decided to just keep the hot cocoa bar somewhat simple. And for the island this year, I definitely didn't want to go crazy with the island because the kitchen and our dining room and our island is part of our main room. And so I really wanted to keep the focal point of our room this year, the fireplace mantle where our Christmas Wonderland is kind of set up. So I wanted to keep that the focal point. So I left the rest of the decor in this area a little bit simple, a little bit just casual and neutral, I guess you could say. The coffee bar is another area in our home that we use a lot. It gets a lot of use, we enjoy our coffees, we enjoy our lattes, and so we definitely use this area a lot. However, it's a very, very, very small area, and we do have plans to make it a little bit bigger and create more of a built-in area here for the coffee bar. But until that, I'm just going to, you know, I just have to use what I have and go with what I have. So I decided to keep the color palette in our coffee bar white, and then I did a lot of black and white gingham over here, and then just added in a couple of splashes of those Christmassy colors to the coffee bar. I didn't want the coffee bar to end up being too busy or overwhelming, so I kept it on the more neutral side and just tried to curate the elements on the coffee bar to blend nicely with the rest of the decor in this big open area. As for the theme that I decided to go with this year, I really wanted to just make everything feel like a magical winter wonderland. So that is the theme that I stayed with. So I have a lot of trees in this area. Trees is a fun subject in my house. So I'll just give you a little bit of a backstory there with trees. I have a tendency to go just nutty with trees at Christmas time. And last year we had 75 trees. And I'm just gonna get a little bit defensive. I need to defend myself just a little bit here. So my family likes to, it's a game with them. They like to see how many trees mom is gonna put out, you know, every single year. So those 75 trees that we had last year included all the artificial trees that are in the house, but they include our tall trees from 8 feet to 9 inches tall. And it also included all the trees that we had for our outdoor decor, because I like to, you know, do the front porch area. I like to have our deck a little bit Christmassy. So yes, I had 75 trees last year. This year, I decided maybe we will just scale that down a little bit, but I still wanted that very Winter Wonderland vibe in here. So I decided to go with some larger trees in this area, but I'm only going to decorate one of them because I want the other trees to just give off that wintry, cozy feel and not take away from my main tree, which I'm very excited to share with y'all because my main tree came out very pretty this year. I did some different things that I hadn't done before, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get to the main tree in just a little bit. But that is the theme that I decided to go with, is kind of that just woodland, winter wonderland feel in this main room.
In order for me to achieve that winter wonderland feel that I'm going for this year, I knew I needed to start with a very empty blank slate. So I took all my fall decor down, and then I gave this room a very deep cleaning. Then I will start bringing in my trees, and my goal here is to frame this entire area in to create that woodland winter wonderland feel. So I will add in my main tree, then I will start bringing in some accent trees, and then I will fill this entire mantle with a whole bunch of trees to create just this magical little place on the fireplace, add some to the apothecary. And then I'm going to go ahead and start decorating my main tree. And I'm only decorating one tree in this room because I don't want the other trees to take away from the focal point of my main tree. When I am decorating a Christmas tree, I do tend to do everything in layers, and I will start with adding in some ribbon. Then I start with my smaller ornaments, and I tend to tuck my smaller ornaments kind of way inside the tree and then just build using go from smaller to larger, and then I keep my larger ornaments for the last, and I like them to sit on the outside of the tree. Once I have added all of my ornaments, I will step back, assess the tree, and then start filling in any of the empty gaps with just extra ribbon or pine boughs or berry picks or just any kind of Christmas pick until I've achieved the look that I'm going for.
This year, I wanted to do a color palette that I've never actually really done before. I'm not usually a red kind of person. I'm not a fan of like bright candy red, I guess you could call that, just that very bright, vivid red. So I typically stay away from red when I am decorating for Christmas. However, this year, I thought it might be kind of fun to add in some splashes of just that traditional red, but also very burgundy red to keep it more muted instead of just bold and right there flashing in your face. So my primary color that I chose to go with was white. There's a lot of white everywhere in this area. But then I just added in small splashes of some red here and there, some burgundy here and there, and I used a little bit of black even just because I thought that would balance out. And I had a lot of black anyway because I tend to do a lot of black gingham and black checks during Christmas in the past. So I still brought out a lot of those elements and then just added in a few splashes of that red. For the entryway, I have this console table that sits right inside, right when you walk in my door. It's kind of the first thing that you see it's the first thing that greets you when you walk in the door. So I just added in a fun scale. I've had this scale for a really long time and I thought it would be very pretty to just add some fun greenery and some bells and some candles to this. Then I added in a lantern, and then for the bottom part of the console table, I just kept that very simple with a basket with a cozy blanket and a cute little snowman that greets everybody as they walk into the door, and then a basket full of greenery. And then on, I have this corner, right? Like you walk into my entry and there's this corner there. So in the corner, I have a chase lounge that is there year round. I never really move it. I keep it there, but I do, change up the decor around it for the season. So for the Christmas season, I changed the blankets on the blanket ladder. I added a beautiful wreath to the top of that, put some simple Christmas pillows, and then of course we have a tree that sits right next to that. And so that kind of just completes the entryway and just gives it that curated feel of cozy, welcoming Winter Wonderland a Christmas. Alrighty friends, well I feel like we got a lot of decorating done today. This room is coming together. It's starting to feel very Christmassy and feels very much like a Winter Wonderland in here. And I am sure that over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be an ever-evolving process of tweaking decor, changing decor. I don't know, are you guys like this? So you decorate an entire room, you have everything put together, and then you spend a couple of days with it, and then you go, oh, I think I need to move this to the left, or take that away, or or just not have it at all. I tend to do that a little bit with my Christmas decorating, or just any kind of big giant seasonal decorating. It's like an ever-evolving process. So I'm sure things are going to change a little bit between now and Christmas, but that is okay. That's part of the process. It's part of having fun with it and enjoying the decor process of just making your home special and just making it inviting and making it what you want it to be and what speaks to you and what just makes you feel joy and happy. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave this where we are today. I know things will change, but I will share a big Christmas home tour with y'all in the next coming of weeks for sure. Thank you all so much for spending the day with me. Thank you for spending time with me. I always enjoy our time together. It just means so much to me. Y'all just, you're so special. I hope you know that. I hope you all know how special you are. And I also hope you know how thankful I am for each and every one of you. And with that said, I want to wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. We are jumping into Thanksgiving week, and it has been so much fun just getting my whole house ready for Thanksgiving. I don't know, do you guys do this? Do you decorate before Thanksgiving, or do you wait until after Thanksgiving to decorate? Let me know in the comments below, because I would love to hear what your Christmas decorating traditions are. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to all of you. I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.